Hi friends, I hope you're having a wonderful day. My name is Polly Payne and I'm the founder of Horacio Printing, and I wanted to share a little bit about the planner and our heart behind our planner. I get asked the question a lot, how did you start this company and why did you make a planner? And so I just wanted to share that with you today. So back in 2014, that's when I first really had the vision to create a planner. I heard an amazing sermon at Hillsong, New York City by Erwin McManus, and he spoke about how we're created in God's image, and because of that, we are an artist because he is an artist. And that really resonated with me. I've always loved to do art, and I really had neglected my artisan side of my creativity, and I had a lot of dreams. I wasn't activating on any of those dreams. I was really kind of sucked into this New York lifestyle, and I wasn't giving my attention to God, and I wasn't living a healthy lifestyle. And so I just really felt compelled to pick up his novel, Erwin's novel, and this is it, The Artisan Soul. And I had the dream in my heart to start a company, and I was reading this book late one night in August of 2014, and he just really dives into how we are created as an artist, and our life is our most important work of art we're ever going to create. And if you're going to create a masterpiece, you really have to put in the work. And I just felt so convicted and so enthusiastic to redesign my life and to go after the dreams that God put in my heart. And at that moment, I was so desperate for a change, and I knew that I needed a tool to keep me accountable to the changes I wanted to make in my life. And so I got out a journal and I started designing different things that I wanted to help me just organize my thoughts. And so the first thing I drew out was a refocus cloud. So I built a big web of everything I was juggling in my life. I don't know if you can see that, but this is what a refocus cloud looks like. And after I did that, I made some decisions, and one of the things I put on my focuses at the time was, as a sales rep, I was always taking out clients and kind of schmoozing clients and that type of thing. And I just felt like God in my heart said, I want to take your talents and put them towards my kingdom, towards encouraging and towards ministry. And I just felt so overwhelmed that in the thick of my mess, in the thick of my unhealthy life I was living, that God was right there and ready to work with me and to co-labor with me and to help me. So at that time I just said, okay, I'm gonna make a planner. I love planners, I've always loved planners, but I could never really find the one that worked for me personally. And so I decided I wanted to create this tool to help Christians and to help all of us who are artists of our life, and just to redesign their life with this tool. So I started sketching out the planner, and that's pretty much how it all began. And I just wanted to share that with you. And basically each exercise in our planner are inspired by different sermons I've heard at Hillsong, or different productivity books, or business classes I've taken. I've taken Tony Robbins' Business Mastery course, so studied a lot of time management and productivity training, and just wanted to kind of put all of that into a book. So I'm going to show you the different ways that make this planner really special and the heart behind it. So the planner starts out with a little letter from us, and then it jumps right into dream planning. So this is exciting. This is where your canvas really begins, and this is where you write down your God-given dreams. We have some instructions over here to kind of help remind you and kind of get the ball rolling with different questions to ask yourself. And then from there, you build out your timetable of the dreams you want to accomplish in the next 3, 6, and 12 months. And this was inspired by Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Workweek, where he helps you with dream planning and dream lining, I think is what he calls it. So then from there, we have a refocus cloud and all of the instructions associated with it. And so this was that exercise I was just telling you about with the circle, where you map out everything you're juggling in life and really pinpoint your distractions and the things that are eating your time and just not serving you. And then it gives you an opportunity to write down what you're focused on, your obligations, and then your passions. So the things that you would love to do, the things that make your heart really happy, but you're just not making enough time for. And the hope here is that you get inspired to delete or minimize distractions in order to make more time for your passions, for the things that God placed in you that are God-given, that you need to make time for. So the next little section is generosity planning, and this was inspired by a sermon from Chris Hodges when he came and spoke to Hillsong, New York. And his sermon about generosity really blew my mind because I always knew it was important to be generous as a Christian, but he really kind of opened my mind to being intentional and planning your generosity. So it's really important not to just give compulsively, but intentionally, just like 2 Corinthians 9:7 says. Each of you should give what you have decided in your heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. So this just gives you some questions to ponder about your generosity, and not just your budget, but who am I encouraging and praying for? What am I making more time for? Because being generous with our time, with our smile, with our words of encouragement is just as important as our budget, because God really looks at our heart when we're being generous. So there's so many ways you can be generous. So that's why that is in here as well. And the generosity section and the refocus cloud repeats every 3 months, so you get to kind of refresh those goals. The next section is our heart check, and this was inspired by Christine Kane in her podcast called The Toxins of the Heart. And it helps you basically remove the blockers that could be blocking your heart and your relationship with God. So those toxins include guilt, shame, fear, anger, bitterness, unforgiveness, those type of things. So we just ask some really tough questions to help you just refresh and remove anything that's in your heart that could be kind of toxic right now. And these questions repeat every 3 months. So I just wanted to share with you the different ways that we got inspired to kind of add in new things into the planner, because it's very much more than just a planner. So the next page is There Is No Fear in Love, and this one kind of builds off the last exercise, and it's a place to help you write down your fears and then write down a Bible verse that helps you conquer those fears. And this was inspired by Pastor Robert Ferguson when he spoke at Hillsong, New York, and he preached about fears and what he faced early on in his walk with Christ. And he said that one day he took out a notepad and wrote down all of his fears, and then he found a Bible verse to conquer them. And I thought that was extremely brilliant, and I just wanted to create an actionable resource for you guys. And we also have a free resource on our website. You can go to resources and then Love Over Fear, and we have indexed Bible verses that you can look up based on common fears like anxiety, transition, loss, lack of resources. Then there's a section for just general fears. So we've found all these amazing, powerful scriptures that we can give you so you can fill this in really quickly. And that is our Love Over Fear page. So I just wanted to share with you just the heart behind it. I know in my own life, because of this planner, I was able to redesign my day and my year, and I love being able to start out my day with God and be able to be more productive and to make time for who I am becoming in life. And it really helped me pursue my dreams of launching Horacio Printing and being able to do this full time as my job, which I'm just beyond blessed. And it also allowed me to pursue my dream to really help others. So we've sold over 20,000 planners globally, and I get emails all the time from people that are pursuing their God-given dreams because they wrote it down, maybe they shared it with somebody, and now God has rebreathed into that dream and it's coming to life, which is literally just amazing. The other way that I really get to help people and we all work together is we give 10% of every planner sold to A21. So 10% of the sale price we donate monthly to A21, and A21 is an amazing organization that's fighting human trafficking globally. It's founded by Christine Kane. I highly recommend that you go follow them on Instagram and sign up for their email letter and all that. They are doing amazing stuff in God's kingdom, and it's just awesome to be a part of the story that God is writing with them. And so that's a little bit about the heart of Horacio Printing and the heart behind our planner. I just wanted to share it with you. It's not about creating a perfect life, but it's about creating a God-centered life where you are dependent on Him and constantly reminded that while we do plan for the future, God is the one directing our steps, and He is good, and He is for us, and He is with us. And it's important for us to just be a good steward of the time and the resources that we're given here, because life is short. So I just wanted to share that with you. I hope that answered your questions. I could not be more thankful for the Horacio Printing family and everyone that has purchased a planner. I just thank you so much for being on the team and being in the family and helping us pursue our dreams as a company. If you have any questions, you can let me know. Email us at hi@HoracioPrinting, and we hope you have a wonderful day. You are so loved, and with God, the best is yet to come. Bye guys, take care.